Today we are doing a test of iDevices, obviously by Apple. The first one is the iPod Touch, which is here. It is a second generation, running at 128 megabytes of RAM with a 533 megahertz processor. The second one obviously is the 3G, the iPhone, running with 128 megabytes of RAM at 412 megahertz, and this is the 3GS. It currently has 256 megabits of RAM, running with a 600 megahertz processor. What we're going to do is give you a speed test based off of the Weather Channel. So you do those two, and I will do this one on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. So as you can see,
the iPod finished first, 3G second, 3GS finishes last.
yes, in that test. Don't understand that.
Very surprising.
Yeah. We're going to do Google Earth next. I'll tell you what, since this one is so hard to do the two without the screen protectors on them, which is these two. 1, 2, 3. So in this case,
the
3GS the iPod Touch is actually starting first, but we don't know which one will finish first, which is what really counts. So it's check in.
Take your finger in this corner. The iPod Touch is already going.
Just let it load. The iPod Touch is already rolling, and now it's a competition between the 3G and the 3GS. And for some reason, the 3G is demolishing the 3GS in this case. Oh, yeah.
Wait, the
3GS is catching up.
The 3GS is moving. The 3G is still processing.
Now it's going. Okay.
And it ends up somewhere inside the ocean. Okay, so let's exit this.
Exit that.
Yeah, as you guys can see, the 3G ended up somewhere inside the ocean. So
you want to do the test again?
No. We can go along with now we can go along with most likely settings. Yeah, let's go along with settings.
Okay.
So settings is right there for you.
Okay.
And for us right here. So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. iPod touches first.
3G second. And the 3GS,
is last.
Still trying to catch up.
Still trying to catch up.
It's weird.
So press the little button again.
Okay.
The next app I think we should most likely do is the clock, because the clock comes up.
Okay.
It takes a minute. So where's my clock? Right there. Your clock is right there.
Utilities.
So on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
For whatever reason, the 3GS is still being beat.
Yup. Now let's load something simple. Let's load the App Store.
Okay.
Hold up.
Where are we at? There we go.
Hold up. App Store or the iTunes. Yes, do iTunes.
Okay, wait a second. Where's my iTunes?
It's right there.
Alright.
Let me move my app real quick. So, there. Okay.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The iPod should beat out all of them, which it looks like
iPod is done.
the iPod Touch is done.
The
3G has beat out the 3GS.
So once more.
So you saw with your own eyes.
Let's go back to the menu here. Let's open up Safari.
Alright, on the count of...
Oh, we're just opening it up now.
Yeah, we're just opening it up.
Hold up.
Backwards.
Sorry about that. Let's get this one right here to Apple. It'll be quick. And by the way, they're all running on the same Wi-Fi signal. We're all connected to the
same network.
Everything.
By the way, each of these has been, well, obviously the iPod Touch, the 3G and the 3GS are unlocked completely and on the T-Mobile network. So if you have any questions on how to unlock it, you can contact. You can take a look at the page, and there'll be some instructions on where you can get some stuff.
So right now, what we're gonna do now is go from the Apple website to Yahoo. We're gonna click the first option, which is up top.
Count
So
three.
on a 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and iPod Touch didn't make out. Well, at least now we can go to Apple. So just scroll up a little bit and get to Apple. Click here. A.
Alright, we're gonna give it a shot again.
So we go to Apple. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3. All iDevices are loading.
And I believe that the iPod Touch.
Oh wow!
The 3GS.
The 3GS beat the 3G.
Beat the 3G this time.
Of course,
So,
the iPod Touch was first. The 3GS beat the 3G.
I think what we're trying to show you guys is that you're paying for a quality phone. It has a great touchscreen. It's all the options of a 3G and a 3GS, but in between the difference, there's not much of a difference. Even some of the capacities and stuff like that range, but overall, they're pretty much equal. I mean, they overall do the same things, and although this is Darius's 3G and this is my 3GS, there's not much of a variation between the two. We're set to test a 4G at some point against these two. It's sort of like, it feels to me like Apple is holding back their best technology when obviously if they can develop a 3G, a 3GS, then they should have come out with the 4 without even putting these out on the market, because they're not that. The 3GS is obviously so nominally old. I mean, it's almost it's basically brand new, and it's like, you know, the technology is just like 100 megahertz ahead of the generation before it. So, you know, if you're thinking about buying a 3G, don't hesitate if you get it for a good price, or get a 3GS. The only thing is obviously some of the new 4G apps, like the face-to-face online chat,
FaceTime, all that,
will be a little bit difficult to not have, but you know, you got to have somebody with another 4G to do it anyway. So unless you're an iPod or iPhone groupie,
now,
you know, you suck. So.
Now, of course, one reason why the 3G might be slower, but it should also be faster, because it does run on both of these iDevices run off the same. All of them are running off of 4.1, but of course the 3G was left out with the multitasking and the backgrounding, while the 3G has all of those, and the 3GS has all of those, and the iPod Touch 2nd Gen also doesn't have any of those. So now I think we should try the calendar.
Okay.
So on the count of 3.
1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, my calendar's a little different because I have to upgrade, but
It's
overall, you know, it's just a demonstration of, I believe Apple has one of the best quality phones. One of our friends just has a Samsung Vibrant, or a variation of it, and I still feel like the iPod is definitely superior. We just recently sold on eBay 2 3G My Touches, and they just weren't even comparable. Even the touchscreen was a little touch and go. The screens were a little small, and I think each phone was valued at like $399 to $400, and it was just not worth it. I would never pay it, and within a day of getting the phones, we actually threw them on eBay and got rid of them because it was just not worth it.
So now what we're most likely going to do, we're going to do a power off. These are going to be our last 2 tests. A power off test and a power on test, just to see if you were in a near or die situation, whether or not you booting up your iPhone would take that long, or whether or not you would die. So let's slide it a little bit just to keep the phone on. So on the count of 3, we're going to turn them off. 1, 2, 3. iPod Touch.
Dude, I love that iPod Touch. It just blows out everything.
It just blows everybody away. Let's see if it's going to surprise us and finish first.
And actually, you know what? This is older than all of them, and I love my iPod Touch. It never lets me down, ever.
So, as you can see, all the iDevices are still trying to turn off. iPod Touch finishes first, of course. And the 3G and the 3GS finish at the same time. So on the count of 3, hold down the top button.
Ready?
1, 2, 3. Okay, all iDevices are turning on and booting up now.
And I'm guarantee you, I put $50 on this. That this'll go before.
Alright, $50 on this one right here.
$50 on the iPad Touch.
On the
iPod Touch.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's like a Volkswagen. This is like a Volkswagen. It's just like you can't kill it.
Yeah, it's just not gonna work. And whenever I boot mine, there's always that little circle, but it still boots. It doesn't really matter.
I got $50 on my on our iPod Touch. Bam.
Bam, right there. So, honestly, right now, if you're in a near-die situation, you most likely be dead. And then the 3G finishes
3G,
second. The 3GS is still lagging behind.
Yeah.
Look, I could already have opened this up and done everything and made a phone call, but
And the 3GS is still lagging.
honestly, 3GS, Apple,
Do something.
it looks exactly like the 3G. It's a little bit different, has a little bit more stuff, a little bit more speed, and honestly, the memory on these phones has been cleared out. They've been restored completely. They're just slow.
Just slow.
So,
by the way, these two phones are also running off of Cydia, which has a lot of great apps. If you unlock the phone,
you can get a lot of apps.
You
and
can get a lot of
updates and
apps
stuff.
that are just awesome.
But of course,
And stop upgrading to the latest version of everything. It sucks.
you screw everything up when you do that.
Yeah.
When iOS 3 comes out in a couple of days, don't upgrade. So of course, this one right here, the iPod Touch is still the winner.
Yeah.
So,
And this thing has been lightly abused. It's in
you see
great
the
shape.
back,
But, you know.
it's been lightly abused, but still the best thing. It's still ultra thin, so
Yeah.
it's still good. Okay, want to pause that?
Alrighty. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Please rate, comment, subscribe.
Look for more videos. Alright.